Welcome, hello, and welcome to episode 50 of Legion of Creators. I'm Luke, Chris, and Joe.
Yeah,
So, we got
Yep.
a few things, like usual. That's how I always like to start. We got a few things.
got a
We
few
got.
things on the docket.
I keep smacking the microphone. So we got He-Man. Oh, He-Man, that's my thing. I'm going to talk a little bit about He-Man.
Oh, you're gonna talk about He-Man? Okay.
Just a little bit.
Mm.
There we got the Mando and Grogu trailer that finally came
Yeah.
out. We have our thoughts on that. Gonna end the episode with Night of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 5. See how everyone felt about that. Joe saw a few movies. Crime
Yeah, I got a few
101.
movies to review to get you guys. Yeah, Crime 101, Send Help last week. So yeah, good
Oh
good
yeah.
stuff.
And the big news this week, which is probably gonna take up a lot of our time, is this whole Paramount and Netflix trying to get Warner Brothers and what so Netflix just put like a waiver out that allows Netflix too many company names that allows Warner Brothers to have like a 7-day discourse discussing like nipping this all in the bud
Yeah.
because Paramount keeps making more and more offers, and let's just put it to rest essentially is the
Yeah.
idea I'm getting from it.
It's
So
basically to go and tell them that the relationship is over. What you're offering was not good. Sorry. We're going a different
yeah,
direction.
just
Yeah.
because it's craziness what's happened since the Netflix thing went through. So, but yeah, without further ado, we'll do our intro. We'll be right back.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Episode 50. I would have loved
50.
to have a revamp for some of the designs for episode 50, like a new intro. Like I want to get Chris's face up on there. I want to like, and not just Joe in that long
Well,
intro, but like all of us on it.
yeah,
You know
well,
what I
let's
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, let's plan to have discussion of revamp if we can. Maybe we
Yeah.
try
oh
for
yeah,
Q1 to get revamp done.
maybe. Might be
Yeah.
a little bit further down the line.
Okay,
I
no
I
worries.
wish it could have been 50, but
Well, let's wait for the next milestone. Let's say so. This is
the
50.
winner.
Maybe we could do like episode 70 or 80, maybe something. Could get something done down the pipeline. That might be kind of
Maybe
cool.
75.
Yeah,
But
75 is
that's a
kind of a
ways
big
away
number.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
75. Yeah.
it may
that's
just
not-
happen.
Yeah.
Maybe 60.
Mm.
I
yeah.
don't know.
60 could happen.
That's
Yeah, we'll
cool.
see.
I would like that. I think that timing would make sense.
Yeah,
Because that's like 2.5 months, right? Something like that.
absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. So, you want to just jump into Netflix, Paramount?
Let's just do Netflix and Paramount first because we know
Yeah,
it's
let's
gonna
do
take
that.
the most.
Yeah.
We know it's gonna take the most anyway. We might as
Mhm.
well just jump into it.
Yeah. So, all right. Do it at 100. That would be a whole another year from now. Underground. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Another year would be nice. Do another 100.
so yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've already heard, like, it's been talked about so much by so many different people that
Yeah.
Netflix and Warner Brothers made a deal with the Paramount. But ever since that went down, like, Paramount has been like trying to make bids afterwards, even after the deal like supposedly has gone through and not really finalized, right? Like
Yeah,
Paramount's upset. Like that one guy was like tweeting or whatever, like he's all upset, he feels betrayed, and like he's gonna sue Warner Brothers now for the misleading, and it's just ridiculous, so uh like the other day, just hearing the news at all about the fact that Paramount's like talking with Warner Brothers again, like red flag. Everybody who wanted Netflix, red flags. Like, no, this isn't like what anybody wanted. We want DC away from Paramount. Like on top of like, yeah, Netflix gets Warner Brothers, but they only get like the studio. They don't take everything. You know what I mean? Like while Paramount wants everything. They want complete control, complete creative control. Like we don't even know what'll happen to DC, like how much James Gunn would have control going forward, any of it, you know? So Netflix just seems like the safer deal, even though they're not the big on theatrical releases. They're saying that they'll change that. So I'm not like 100% on this. I'm no expert when it comes to this stuff. You know what I mean? But what I read when looking it up was that this, like, as of technically today, February 17th, there's been a 7-day waiver put out by Netflix with Warner Brothers for them to like finalize, talk with Paramount officially again. And basically, because what Warner Brothers is claiming is that they are going to stay true to their Netflix deal. But basically, they're just allowing Paramount to get a definitive no, is what I'm hoping for, you know, out of this. Like, because lawsuits, like the constant after bidding. Like, no, we're going to stop all this right now. And you got 7 days. You can talk it out. You can get denied, but this is the end of it. You know what I mean? And then the actual merger will go through, I read, on March 20th. So I wouldn't be surprised that, you know, Paramount doesn't get the deal and they continue to still make after bids all the way up to March 20th. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I just, fingers are crossed right now that Netflix stays with it. Like it's, we literally are in a Witcher situation. We need to pick the lesser of two evils, you know, and Netflix is that lesser. Like nobody wants any of this to happen in the first place. Like Joe, you've said it plenty of times. Why can't Warner Brothers just operate privately? Like why does it need these? It's because of the debt they're in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wait, so you mean since this obviously conversation's been going on, they haven't dealt with things like privately since then? Because I was just under the assumption dealt with things privately. Because I was under the impression that they dealt with things privately.
Well, yeah, they said there was a report out there. Maybe it wasn't a very accurate one, but one that was out there said that at one point the CEO, I think it was David Zaslav, was supposed to block Paramount's CEO's number, and then somehow, if that was true, now somehow they're like talking to them again, which is like, if it's just for the fact of just telling them, because they're all like, after they've officially lost this deal from what we saw, and then literally Paramount was crying about everything and like, oh, we're gonna sue, do this.
Basically.
We're gonna get to that, Carter. We'll be talking about that a little later in the show, I promise. But so the whole thing is like, just like, yeah, they're crying and they're like, well, we're gonna sue, we're gonna do this, and then now we're taking this time. Netflix is like, yeah, we need to shut this shit up. We don't want any lawsuits. We want to get this thing shut down. And so they're giving Warner Bros., you know, they gotta cut the cord on this bad relationship and say, hey, Paramount is not good. I'm sick of going over it, but I'm just gonna say that if you guys, I've seen a lot of discourse, I've seen a lot of both sides. I don't like Netflix either. I think both companies have blood on their hands.
Yeah.
But what me and Luke were reading earlier today is that Netflix wants to create new jobs and wants to like build better production value and all these different things. If Paramount gets a hold of one of those, it won't just mean DC, it'll be everything. Everything that they have, these TV shows,
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
and we don't like to get political on here, but it will all become Republican messaging. It will all become driven by that as a narrative.
I don't know the specifics of it, so I don't want to say it too like publicly in a way, but yeah, there is like a deal with Paramount in general that there needs to be like pro-Trump messaging like within it. And I don't know the context of that deal like to specifics, but I do know that South Park was trapped in it. And this is where that episode comes from, the deep fake of Trump in the desert. Like with the super, because they had to do a pro-Trump message. So like that was their pro-Trump, like, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
Which none of us want. You know what I mean? None of us
Nah.
want this at all.
I don't want Paramount to get it because my base thing is the only really thing. And look, there are some other brands at Warner Bros. That I like. The only thing I care about with Warner Bros. As a company right now that I'm genuinely I want to see good content from and I want to see good focus is what Warner Bros. Is doing with DC. And so to me, like, yeah, I want to see what they do with Harry Potter. I want to see what they do with these other IPs. But I'm overly concerned about their big brand. And yes, they have other big brands, but for me, I want to see good, continuous. I want to see what we started this DC universe last year. I want to see where it goes, and I don't want it to be shut down in 2027, or Superman all of a sudden is saluting to Trump, or Superman is like all of a sudden like is Trump. Like, who knows what they're gonna what they're gonna do? So like just Paramount, the worst things. I've seen some AI shit. I've seen some other shit. It's bad, man.
Right.
So
yeah. When I first heard about this, like I didn't know the specifics at all. Like no details. You know what I mean? I just was like the fear of Paramount getting Warner Brothers, like, is all I could think about, right? And so immediately I go like into denial, but I'm also telling myself at the same time, and this is where we're gonna break into the DC talk, I feel. Like I just feel like the DC universe is moving extremely slow right now. Like, you know, we're working on Supergirl, like that's coming out soon. Man of Tomorrow's in the works. Like we got the Clayface thing coming, right? But like Batman still hasn't been cast. Wonder Woman still hasn't been cast. You know what I mean? Like by the time we get a Justice League, it's going to be so far away. Like the Batman 2 was supposed to come out October 3rd, 2025. Right now they're saying it's going to come right now they're saying it's going to come out in 2027. Like a whole 2-year push date from when they had a locked in release date. You know, so like there's all of that, and then they're talking about how Brave and the Bold's going to come out in 2028, but I can't even believe that with all the work on the Batman 2 being done up till 2027. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's just like one Batman movie this year, and then we're getting a different Batman, like in a different Batman universe, like movie, like the next year. You're going to confuse people. You know, I don't actually see Brave and the Bold coming out in 2028, like maybe 2029, maybe 2030 even. I don't know. I don't want that, but like it feels kind of like this is the pacing.
Yeah, I feel like they should kind of, for me at this point, because of how things are with the DC universe, because we can separate the universes with the Batman being in its own universe and whatever, I feel like they should just kind of scrap Batman Brave and the Bold and then hire the Batman for the DCU just so they have that ready to go, and then we say, all right, cool, well, we got this ready. We'll do Batman Brave and the Bold at a later point, because right now, like you said, we got Supergirl, Lanterns is about to come out soon as well. So it's like we're about to get the build up of heroes that we finally want, and some of them are not even casted yet. So I think Brave and the Bold should just kind of be put on the back end, really and truly. If it is ready to go, I would like to see hopefully next year. But if at this point, like 2 Batman films, again, the confusion, like, are people going to be as interested to watch a Batman film now? Because now, you know, as James Gunn even said himself, like months back, Batman's getting boring to like recreate and do, because it's just like the character isn't. What can you really build from the character, knowing that what his back history is probably the easiest thing that you can get within the Batman world.
Yeah,
so,
right. Oh yeah, and they've done it so many times too. On top of that, you know, like, it's just like, by what time are we going to get a Justice League movie? You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be like 2030 at the earliest at this point. You know what I mean? I just feel like you're taking a really long time. But when I was looking all this up, you know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing things about how, well, it's designed this way. Sure, they're putting quality ahead of everything else. But, like, they also don't want to try to make this whole interconnected universe the way that they did previously. Because everything was so interconnected, and that's part of what they're blaming their failure on. But I think the real issue is like the actual content,
the films
and the
weren't
story.
good.
Yeah, exactly. Weren't there. You know what I mean? Like people want that connection stuff.
Yeah,
Like
Yes.
even when the MCU is not doing great, right? Like there's still excitement
connection
for it. And,
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like here, like right now we're in the spot with DC that's really kind of weird, right? So like Joe and I were even just talking about how it's like, well, here comes Doomsday, and it's like I can get excited. Spider-Man's coming out. I can get excited. Doomsday's coming out. Daredevil season 2. Like there's things. There's course correction. They're working on it. Like maybe it's not perfect, and I don't like. I would love the DC to be perfect, but it doesn't have to be either. You know, it's like I just want to see it actually start happening.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think as well. Look, when you look at Marvel as well, like bro, Marvel's already focusing on the next phase, like which is the X-Men part. They've done Doomsday and Secret Wars. Now they're on the X-Men phase. So it's like DC, like, all right, cool. You said you're putting out quality, but what's next now? Because now we should realistically, I feel like Superman came out, obviously last year, right? We should really have at least 2 or 3 films this year for DC, but we don't.
Yeah.
That's the thing, we don't. There's not even a show. Even if we had a couple shows to say, oh yeah, this show's connected to this show, like Peacemaker's connected to in some way.
When you look at this year in terms of content, like okay, so we're in 2026. We're gonna get Supergirl in what, June? So we get Supergirl. We're gonna get Supergirl. Then
is Clayface this year?
Yeah,
Clayface is October. Yeah.
They're pushing it close to Halloween. So you're gonna get. So there's gonna be gaps. There's gonna be big gaps of these projects. You're gonna get Supergirl in the summer. Then maybe, and they haven't set an official release date, but hopefully they are now with the whole showing the logo for Lanterns. But Lanterns is either coming out in July or it's coming out in August. I've heard it's coming out in August. I don't know official sources yet, but it's looking like they want it after Supergirl. Now, after could be a month. It could be July. Or it could be, or it's going to be August, like Peacemaker was. Like, it could be, it's going to be one of the two. But so then you get the summer, you get 2 projects. Well, now, here's September. No DC project. Okay, October's here. Okay, now we get Clayface. But Clayface, like, and all these projects are going to be different tone and stuff. But, like, none of these projects, I don't understand what does Supergirl have to do with moving forward into Lanterns? What does Clayface have to do with what happened in Lanterns? Like, if you have all that stuff and these projects, they're not connected in the sense that, like, when you watch Superman, we're looking at a world being built. You're watching Peacemaker, you're seeing a world that is built. We see Metropolis, we see these stuff, and so now you're looking at these projects. Okay, well, what's going on if Clayface is in Gotham? But Gotham wasn't in Peacemaker, and Gotham's not in Lanterns. Gotham's not in Supergirl. What's going on? Like, how is this connecting? Like, does something show up in Lanterns that carries into Clayface? Does something show up in Supergirl that carries into Clayface? Like, what? Like, how do we do this?
But even to add to that as well, Joe, it's like, for me, it's like, well, if none of these 3 shows or 3 IPs really connect, then because it doesn't make sense to have Supergirl, and then if you watch Clayface, it's connected to Supergirl. That's not the connection. The connection to Supergirl should be Superman. Then we bring in the whole, will she be a part of the Justice League, or will they expand, or will they do this and that? Will they go this route? Will they go to Brainiac? Will they go to whatever type of villain they got for this phase? Because and that's the thing, like, we don't even know what's the supervillain, the big supervillain that's going to be for this phase. Obviously, we got Man of Tomorrow, that's fine. Yeah. But even then, like, we still don't know what's going to be beyond that, because we don't have James Gunn saying, all right, well, we're prepping up for Justice League. If I was him right now, we've already got so much. People know who Wonder Woman is. People know who Batman is. People know who Superman is at the end of the day. Yeah. Those are the big 3 for DC. We don't need another movie. We don't need another show of them. I think we just need them to be in the Justice League, and then get other heroes, such as, like, maybe if you get other heroes such as, like, I don't know, like Green Arrow could get a show or a movie. Like Martian Manhunter could get like a movie or something, whatever the case may be. Or even DC could even do the spotlight thing, what they did for what Marvel did for Wonder Man. Maybe like a quick 8 episode, but so to the point. Like, it's got some action, it's got this, it's got that. That's what we should be heading.
Have your movies be your big events, and like exactly. Like your Justice League, maybe 2-3 Justice League movies. Go to Justice League Unlimited. Right. You know what I mean?
That's
and, like,
the problem. that's the problem with DC. I feel like right now is that, like with Marvel, we've had all these, despite having separate films, we've had all the big phases happen already. So now with DC, it's like, okay, so we're building these characters. We don't necessarily want them to have a connection, but at the same time, how are we going to go forward with Justice League without that kind of connection? Because that whoever that Justice League villain is going to be has to connect in every different city. He has to connect in Gotham. He has to connect in Metropolis, everywhere. It's got to connect in those DC cities for it to work, for that villain to work. So if it's someone like Brainiac, that's why I was kind of like, Brainiac should be a Justice League villain. I understand Man of Tomorrow. I get the whole premise of it because he is more.
Joe said the same thing,
but you know.
If they're making Man of Tomorrow, this big deal, it's not just a Superman movie. Like they keep saying, oh, it's not a Superman sequel. Oh, it's Lex Luthor movie. It's Lex Luthor Superman. Oh, Hawkgirl's in it. Green Lantern's in it. Maybe Peacemaker might be in it. All these other things. If it's just like a mini proto Justice League movie with different characters, or like a Justice Gang, whatever, because they're still building into the Justice League type deal, then fucking just move Brainiac. Have Brainiac in this film. Have him make his impact. And then have him be the Justice League villain. So we don't just set up another villain that's going to come in later.
I mean, I would love it if, like, what they did was, this isn't a Superman movie. It is a Lex Luthor movie. Like, Lex finally gets everybody in solitude, let's say.
Yeah.
You know, or just gets Superman in solitude, right? Like, and that's the turning point of the movie of when Brainiac, like, actually starts to take over. And now Lex needs Superman. Right?
Yeah, because there's supposed to be in, according to the merch that they released for Lanterns, DC was supposed to be moving off the New Frontier Avenue from the comics. There's a lot of reports saying that since Lanterns is more intergalactic, a lot of people think that they're bringing in the Center as the big DC villain, because James Gunn likes his weird creatures. You know, he prefers to do weird things. He did Starro in Suicide Squad and whatever, but like, I don't necessarily think Center needs a lot of build-up, but if you're going to build it into Lanterns, how do you have the Center connect with all these other worlds? Is it just that the Center is coming to Earth? Because then the problem with that is, if the Center is coming to Earth, it's just like another intergalactic threat. And the Avengers did that with the first movie, with aliens coming to Earth and doing the welcome.
What's up, dude?
And so they made it in. They made it in to do their thing, right? So like the Avengers, they fought the Chitauri in the first movie. And I know that the Center, for us who have read the comics, the Center isn't necessarily an alien like the Chitauri. It's more like a sentient island with like dinosaurs. Yeah. Which for Luke might go crazy because he loves dinosaurs. So that might be like, so Luke sees Superman punch a T-Rex. He might be like, shit, that's awesome. Like,
I love that.
But that's not going to work for everyone. That's the problem. Is like, people are going to like to me, like there's little things like, I would love that. But the build, like, to be honest, like, you know, even though you could make an argument that Brainiac and Ultron are similar, I don't think you can, because obviously Brainiac is his own thing. And so I think that Brainiac, if he carried over, we would at least establish someone that's so powerful and such a big threat that he represents something that's a problem for each of our heroes. Like Brainiac is a big enough threat that he has a problem with everyone. He doesn't like Krypton. Well, you got Supergirl and Superman. We already know they're the pillars. Okay, well, he's threatening all these worlds. Batman's involved. Okay, Wonder Woman. Yeah, he's obviously going to go off just Themyscira because they have advanced stuff that he's going to want. Okay. Yep, now Wonder Woman's involved. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Martian Manhunter's an alien. Oh, yeah. He's going to have a problem with Brainiac.
Yeah.
Oh, Green Arrow, Star City's under attack. Yeah, he's here now, too.
That's what I'm saying. That's the connection right there. That's the connection right there, Joe. Like, for me, Brainiac covers everything. You know what I mean? I don't know about the Center. Like, the only way the Center can cover everything is if, like, it splits. The Center will have to split into pieces for it to be like, you know, oh, this is going on here, that's going on there.
Yeah, if it's an island, how do you do that? Do you have the Center split up and come to different parts? Like in the Justice League movie, like moving forward as you're setting up, do you have pieces of the Center split where in Lanterns, one fragment of it goes to cause problems for John and Hal, and then and then moving forward, do you have like a piece of it in the Wonder Woman movie? Do dinosaurs just start showing up in some Themyscira or some other creature? Like, how do you do that? That's the problem with the Center, is it's got to be big enough. It can't just be Justice League. The Center attacks Metropolis and then everyone runs to Metropolis. It's not that simple. it has to affect all the cities in the DC world. It has to affect Themyscira. It has to affect Star City. It has to affect Gotham. It has to be big enough that everyone, wherever they are feeling it, and they know it's a big thing. So with Brainiac, it's intergalactic. So it's like, oh shit, all these worlds are doomed. Brainiac wants to enslave all of us, and that becomes the whole thing. But at least
the
Brainiac.
thing about Brainiac though is he does, and the one thing this movie could get totally right is he comes here because of Superman.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like so. There is that, and then that could branch into other things. You know, like
I'm still holding my breath, and I hope that James Gunn has considered this. I know he backed down from his whole idea in the first movie, but I'm still holding my breath that they reveal something in Man of Tomorrow, that everything we learned about Superman and his heritage in the first movie is that Brainiac had some part into how the whole parents message went through, because I think that's going to really change the opinion of Superman in the public eye, of like people going, oh shit, this guy was really behind all that, and then now Brainiac is coming here and he's stirring up trouble. So if James flips that, I think that would be great, because then it's like,
maybe people want Superman in solitude, not just Lex. You know what I mean? Like,
for real.
I would love to see like Empire Strikes Back type like ending. The bad guys win, Brainiac wins. Now we need the Justice League. You know what I mean? Because like, I think you're so right, Chris, that we don't need another Wonder Woman movie. We don't need another Batman movie. As much as they're nice, like we know those stories. And it's like
and the thing is, I don't know. It's what sucks about it is that they've split the things about the DC universe, which I like this, but then I don't like it at the same time. It's like we have two separate universes.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? We have two separate universes. We have the main universe, the 3-on-3 Earth, and all this and that.
Yep.
Or sorry, not even 3-on-3, 6-on-6 and whatever. Then we have like the another Earth of Batman's Matt Reeves. This is what's going on, and it's just like, all right, cool. But this is why I was even rooting for Robert Pattinson to just be the Batman. It makes sense.
And now here's my question on what
on
that side. Yeah. On that side of thinking, my only reason now with Wonder Woman, I can totally see Wonder Woman, because we had Wonder Woman movies before. I can totally see Wonder Woman just coming in to Justice League and not having any problem. My only reason for that I see the Batman, Brave and the Bold being a necessity has nothing to do with Batman. It has to do with that everyone wants the Bat family to come together. They want to see the Bat family play a role.
Exactly.
So if that's what it is, then if we're gonna bring Pattinson in, then I know Matt Reeves was against it, but I would have rather just had slowly little bit of the Bat family start sprinkling together in Brave and in the Matt Reeves movies. So then, you get into you get into Justice League, and now they're all here to help. Okay, well here's Robin, here's Nightwing. This is big enough that everyone's got to be there. So
what's a bummer is I feel this whole Matt Reeves the Batman version, Robert Pattinson Batman, right, fits the Justice League cartoon way better than like this whole Brave and the Bold idea. Because in the cartoon, like the Batman was the guy who wasn't always there. You know what I mean? Call him when you need him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, super like dark. It's just that like dark cape. Like,
exactly.
Literally. You know what I mean? Like that
to
fits in with Robert Pattinson's universe. You know, and compared to they're gonna make this Brave and the Bold family man type Batman, and that's what we're gonna get in the Justice League. You know what I mean?
Like frustrating about it, because it's literally like
what up? Thank you guys.
Yeah, it's frustrating because like you have like, I love what you say about Katzen being like the animated series, like, and also like just in general like the Justice League Batman, because when you look at it, like you establish Batman, you establish he's dark, you establish him on his own. Well, now he's established, so now you bring him in, you know, even just like, especially because we know that they were we know that the two films are gonna be filming at the same time. Why can't I have yet to see an argument that Pattinson can't come over, finish not Brave and the Bold, finish the Batman
2,
and then hop over for 2 scenes of, hey, I'm Bruce Wayne, just for a little bit to come in, or even coming in, suiting up, and all of a sudden you're seeing the heroes fight Brainiac, and look at this, here comes Batman zipping in on the fucking what's it called, the grappling gun to say,
you know what I'm saying, like
right.
That's the thing as well. Like my thing is that Robert Pattinson's Batman and David Crow's Superman, it both makes sense because the way they two talk together. If you put them together, it's one size this, one size that. It makes sense because
It
Superman and
works.
Batman they've always been opposite. They've always been opposite odds anyway.
Yeah.
That's how the Justice League has always been. It's always been split like that. Even though they
What if
come together.
What if they do both?
Yeah.
What if there's a crisis, right? And we get like all the otherworldly stuff in one.
That's probably gonna have to be the big event then, crisis. That's probably gonna have to be the big event for everything to just connect. I think at this point, because right now
I wish they would do that. That would be amazing.
I think it would make sense because then that way a lot of universes are already established, so we can just after like everything goes back to normal, you can just kind of continue the ones that are still there, and then just worry about featuring the other ones whenever they need to come in.
No, you're absolutely right. I think that the crisis is going to be the thing that brings everything together. But at that point, it's going to be so long to get to crisis. I don't know why we can't just have a good like connected story like first.
I hear it.
But it seems like they really don't want to connect things the way that they did in the past or the way that Marvel is. You know what I mean? Like they seem scared off of it because of the failures.
Like I know that they don't. You can't copy and paste one idea from the other because obviously you got to do things differently and they're different companies. But like at the same time, bro, I'm sorry. I love DC, but once Marvel focuses on the X-Men, it's over. Like, I'm sorry. It's over.
X-Men, if they do it right, dude, that'll be...
X-Men done right,
like, it's over.
Man.
I'm sorry. There's good X-Men films in Marvel, and they're doing good storylines. If they get the Phoenix Saga right, or we're seeing, like, good Sentinel shit...
Yeah, but isn't Jean Grey supposed to be dead already? I hate that. I hope that's not true.
No, she's not dead.
That's not true. That's not true.
So here's the thing. So I can explain that briefly. So basically, Jean Grey, from what I heard, in Doomsday... So the Jean Grey that we saw from the old movies, she could be dead because of the conflict for Scott that's going on. Because they got to finish off these Fox characters. Like I love seeing James Marsden. I love seeing James Marsden play Cyclops again. But once Secret Wars comes out, they're all gone. That's the end of them. They're white. Queen Slate. So once we enter into the next phase of Marvel, the reason it's a reset is Sadie Sink. I know people keep having all the fucking rumors of who she's playing. I've accepted. She is Jean Grey. It is happening. That is real. And so she's set up in Spider-Man and in Secret Wars, and they made a big deal of it to carry forward that if they're gonna have one Jean Grey be dead, this is the younger Jean Grey that's coming to her own, doing whatever. Either she's a variant of one other one, then becomes the main one. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but she's there for a purpose. She's there for a bigger purpose to set the building blocks to move forward. And so like I think that's gonna be a big thing. And then you're gonna start hearing about them casting a new Cyclops. They're gonna start casting other characters. We're gonna get a new Gambit. We're gonna get like a new Rogue, like all these characters. They're not gonna worry about Wolverine because they're keeping Hugh Jackman on staff just in case. But he ain't gonna be worried about in the X-Men stuff. He's gonna be palling around the multiverse with Deadpool doing antics over there, doing his thing, and maybe doing some other stuff. We're going to focus on getting the hardcore, solid X-Men teams that when you read an X-Men comic, if you're a real X-Men fan, Wolverine ain't on that main roster. We're looking at the OGs.
I could see a Secret Avengers reference coming up because there's like so many different teams they're making right now, and Doomsday and Secret Wars. And Deadpool and Wolverine are just kind of like not in a team, right? Unless they make X-Force a thing or they put Deadpool with the X-Men. I would love that. But I could also see like Secret Avengers being a thing. Deadpool, Wolverine, like Punisher, the guys who are willing to kill that they don't want, like they don't want everyone knowing about, like Secret Avengers missions, Secret Avengers. That's what I could see that.
What if they did something like that? Like, what if that's the reason? Like, here's something I thought about that's kind of crazy because I know in the comics he had an Avenger moment. There was a couple times where he's played on different teams. Like I know they've had like Next Avengers with Wolverine in the comics, and I think I think even. Daredevil jumped into a couple of big teams in the comics. One thing I could see that'd be really cool since they've made these characters, because of Netflix stuff, they made these darker, grittier characters, right? What if you have like characters like Deadpool, Wolverine, Punisher, Daredevil in the future, just coming on these like moving forward on these big missions, these secret teams, and and that becomes a big deal. Carter, on the rumors about Sadie Sink playing a villain, they're trying to frame it that way because in the trailer that the first leaked trailer we have of No Way of Brand New Day, they want you to think she's a villain because they don't, for some reason, they want it to be a big twist that she's this other character, because this is what Marvel does. They fake out people. They like to make people think, oh yeah, like, but Brand New Day already is filled with so many villains. Sadie Sink is not the main villain.
She ain't gonna be playing the villain.
She's not the main villain because she's in it. She's gonna serve a purpose. She's gonna play the haha. Look at me, Peter. If you do this, I know who you are. I'm the villain, but I'm not because we're gonna get the stupid thing from well, not stupid, but just obvious the homecoming thing. The homecoming thing you have the thing where oh, I'm Michelle Jones. Oh, my name's MJ type BS, right? You'll get something where it's like, oh, you think I'm this chakra character, but I'm really my name's Jean from this other universe. And like I'm not saying you're gonna see Jean Grey doing like Phoenix Force shit in Spider-Man. No, they're not doing that. I actually have a theory that the X-Men, because of what Kang did with the timeline, I think two things that that Kang feared were the X-Men and Doom, right? So I think the reason we're doing all this stuff with Doom is I think that Kang erased Doom and the whole Tony Stark thing. I think that all got erased together. But with the X-Men, I think we're going to see X-Men in the MCU that did not remember that they had mutant powers. Like, I think that Jean does not know that she is Jean Grey because of the fact that they erased it. That when Kang was here... Yeah. Oh, thank you, Rexlad. Oh, yeah. No, Kang.
Oh, thanks,
Kang
man.
literally fucked it up. Kang literally went, okay,
right.
No more mutants. No more X-Men. They don't exist. Even though Namor's a mutant and all this, and Miss Marvel's a mutant, they're saying that stuff.
They could play Scarlet Witch into that in a way.
Yeah,
like maybe they don't do like no more mutants exactly the way it was, but they do something else. All right, before we jump into this giant comment, I want to answer Underground real quick because he was asking what Earth the Batman animated series is on. I guess they call it the Timverse.
Yeah, didn't they call it the Timverse? It was all the Bruce Timm stuff.
But there's a few times that it does get referenced in things as Earth 12. Just so you know.
How come Earth 12 of all things? What was the reason for that specific?
I don't know. Probably just to have it separate from other Earths, like, so give it a nice 12 instead of a, I don't know, what would it be? Like a 5 or whatever. I don't know all the Earths that well. So
yeah,
I couldn't tell you who's on what, like, top of my head. But, all right, guy, what is this freaking comment? This copy
it says something
comment.
about the what did he say? He said something about
supergirl,
the release dates for DC stuff. I think was one when you were asking about different, because Jake was asking something about the about like, so it said Supergirl, HBO original like studios, like that's so weird. Oh, so he sent a link. That's weird. And they said post the dates. Yeah, I see October, June. Yeah, we talked about that already. That's like, but Lantern's date is not confirmed yet on this. This is what we had talked about. Like, they have not picked a date yet. Until we get a proper trailer, proper marketing with a date, we won't know what the date is for that, because they're still deciding.
Yeah.
Like now, I'll be honest. If they release if they release Lanterns in the month of July, they're going to be in for a rude awakening, because I don't have this for sure, but I have a feeling we know Spider-Man's coming out in July. And we also know and we know that Noir on Prime is going to run all the way up till probably, like, it might run till June or it might run into July. I forget how many episodes it is. I think it's 8. I don't know, but overall, you're gonna jump from Spider-Man to Spider-Man. You have Noir, and then you have the MCU Spider-Man movie. But then there's also the question of, I heard 2 superhero. It's summer. Yeah, I know it's not date. Yes, I know it's summer, AJ. I already said it was summer earlier. We said it's either going to be July or August. But so with the July thing, we still have 97 coming out this summer. There's still this From Anywhere with Spider-Man. I don't know if Spider-Man is fall or it's summer. So Marvel is coming out this year as bangers. DC's like, we got 3 projects. Marvel's like, we sat out last year a little bit. We released 2 movies. Hold our beer, guys. We're coming, and we released a couple shows. We're here. But this year, Marvel is like, we kick off. So we have Wonder Man. Our next thing coming next month, guys. We jump from Daredevil to, in terms of Marvel content, just pure Marvel content. It's Daredevil runs in March. Then you head into May, and we get Spider-Man Noir. Then you head into July, and you got Spider-Man Brand New Day. And then somewhere in between there, you have the Punisher special. And then you still
And the
have
animated Spider-Man.
shows.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you have another animated
yeah.
Spider-Man, and you have X-Men 97 Season 2. It's split in there somewhere, too, over the summer. So it's like, you have more Marvel stuff than you have DC stuff that's coming out this year.
But that's typical, you know. But I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like last year, though, like the quality, the projects that DC put out, even if you're not the biggest Superman fan, no one can deny how good Peacemaker was.
Yeah,
Like that was the best superhero
100%.
content in a TV show that we've ever had.
Yeah,
right?
we haven't had that.
But what if DC? But here's the question that I wonder, right? So DC's putting out Supergirl. DC's putting out Lanterns in the summer. Those are their big summer things they're focused on, right? What if Supergirl? I know they have hype around. I know they have test screenings. What if Supergirl is truly not as good as Superman, right? Or what if Supergirl's really good? And what if Lanterns? And what if Lanterns? You think it will be good?
I think Supergirl will be better than Superman.
Okay, so let's say Supergirl's good, but let's say, because there's so much hype, everyone keeps talking about Lanterns, right? What if Lanterns is mid, and then what if Marvel starts cranking out all this shit and just it's all good, right? So let's say you look at the roster, right? I believe, and I know there's no reviews out for it. I believe Born Again Season 2 out of all Marvel projects this year, even though I am excited for Doomsday, Born Again is my most anticipated Marvel project this year, other than the Punisher special. Because I think that street level shit is going to be what really hits with people right now. If Marvel can really hit that street level shit good, if Jessica Jones' return is awesome.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
But I think it's also the missteps of the big movies, right? So if Doomsday can course correct, they will actually get everyone back. Because Spider-Man is like that okay, you're giving us what we want, we can kind of trust you a bit. And then if they nail Doomsday, people will be right back in Marvel, dude. They really will. Imagine if Doomsday, you have all these different teams, right? The X-Men are coming back, the Avengers are here, the new Avengers, right? Maybe we get a Defenders thing. How cool would it be to actually get the scope of New York or wherever, and these different teams actually all coming together a real Marvel thing.
What I think is crazy is with Doomsday, you're getting these teams that we know, that we've known, that we've built up in the MCU a little bit. We have Avengers, we have new Avengers, we have Fantastic Four, we have X-Men, we have all this stuff, right? We have the Wakandans, all that stuff. But what's crazy is when we get to Secret Wars, if what I've heard, half the stuff that I've been hearing about Secret Wars is true, we're going to have fucking every damn Marvel team that's ever been established.
Right, which is so cool. Yeah. That'll be amazing. You know?
What?
Do you guys know anything about what Retro's saying? Do you guys
how do you feel about
Crypto's astray?
Has that been something that's been confirmed recently? Is that something did they reveal in the Supergirl marketing? I haven't heard about Crypto being astray.
I don't know anything about that.
How
does that even make sense?
I'm not too fussed if his Crypto is astray, really, because he kind of is very erratic and stuff like that compared to how he's normally.
Yeah, has it been said? I don't remember it being said.
Before, so, but
had it been said,
if that is a legit thing, then
What saga? I think it said something. What was Underground saying? Oh, you're excited for the Mutant Saga. Yeah.
I'm not. After looking it up, I'm not seeing anything about him being astray. But I mean, we all know that he did base the dog off of his own dog, James Gunn.
Yeah.
And he adopted him from a hoarding situation where he lived with 60 other dogs. So maybe that could be where that's coming from. But I'm actually looking it up. I don't see anything about it immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
In the trailer.
He looks like in the Supergirl trailer. Okay, I guess I didn't realize that. Because they didn't show because that's the other thing about the Supergirl movie. They're gonna have to show since it's Supergirl's perspective, we know Supergirl comes to get Crypto. They got to
Yeah.
show that Supergirl, how she got like Crypto. So I guess that makes sense if it's a stray and she just grabs him up.
I just think we're going to see more of the darker side of DC in this movie, and that's going to pull people in. You know what I mean? Like Superman,
it will pull people in.
Right.
I mean,
Superman's
I've heard
good and everything.
Things, like
but,
the test screenings have been good. I heard that Supergirl has a big fight sequence that they filmed of like a hallway sequence, which a lot of superhero movies have done, but they said it's pretty dark and that it is very well choreographed, and they've hyped up the villains a little bit. They hyped up that the villains of the movie deal with like real stuff like sex trafficking and stuff.
Right.
Like that's kind of crazy. Yeah. So I think that's pretty insane. So
yeah, that's a big step. I think that's like they're not afraid to pull their punches as much.
Yeah,
right.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, DC's always been known for like the darker content anyway. So I'm always like looking forward to that. You know what I mean? That's something that Marvel has lacked for some time.
And I
mean, that's always how Marvel was for the most part.
Yeah.
The only truly dark Marvel stuff out there is like Marvel Knights, which was a dedicated series to like darker Marvel storytelling. And you get like Wolverine.
Which they've been trying to push. They've been trying to push Blade. The spotlight, the spotlight avenue there.
That would be great.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that they do. I mean, I know everyone's so focused on that the X-Men are coming in the next phase, right? But you know what? I'm excited for Marvel to do that. That I really hope this is why they canceled Blade. I really want Marvel. So we did a little bit with Guardians of the Galaxy. We dipped into a little bit of Cosmic. We've dipped into a little bit of. We have our Avengers. We're dipping into our little bit of street level with Daredevil and then Spider-Man stuff. I want to see supernatural Marvel. After I watched the Midnight Suns, not Midnight Suns. What's it called? Werewolf by Night. One. I wish it was when I watched Werewolf by Night. I've had this craving, especially with Elsa Bloodstone coming in Marvel Rivals, all these different things. Like I'm thinking like Man-Thing. I'm thinking like Lilith. I'm thinking I want to see the supernatural stuff.
Or cosmic or something bigger. I guess like. Yeah, no, I want the same thing out of DC too. I want like Constantine.
If we're gonna do supernatural for like, if we're gonna do stuff for like, with Cosmic, the last thing we gotta see Cosmic are two things we still need. Is we need Beta Ray Bill, a proper Silver Surfer, and we need a Nihilus, especially after Cosmic Invasion. Give us a Nihilus. Let us see that. That'd be cool.
A Nihilus would be very cool. I feel like Silver Surfer is not going to get touched again for a while, unless Galactus
I don't think Silver Surfer, unless if they scrap the one that they did from this
Fantastic
universe. Four. Fantastic Four, and then they say, okay, here comes Norman Reedus for the original.
I mean, people want Norman Rad. People want the original Silver Surfer.
That's what I want the original too. Yeah, I definitely want the original too.
Look, I didn't mind the one in Fantastic Four. I think she was good, but I want the proper Silver Surfer. Like that's something we need to see. So I feel like right now it probably has the best chance of being like a TV show project, like a Spotlight or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think that'll be fine.
I think a special is more what we're leaning towards over a movie. But then I think you could also we also have, I don't know when it's coming out because they've teased it a couple times. They also keep saying that they're making some Nova project. So we should be getting Nova soon. I just don't know when.
Please be Rich
Rider. I thought
Rider.
we had Nova by Infinity War, and we never got Nova in Infinity War. And then we never got Nova in Endgame, and like thought with the Nova Corps being attacked. If I wrote Marvel, I would have had Nova be the first person sent after Thanos took out the Nova Corps. You would think Nova would have to step up because you have all that happening. The problem is these characters aren't established yet, so it's like it's tough.
Constantine could totally fit in the DCU. What do you mean we need a horror area like Clayface? Like, because we have the Clayface movie coming out. You mean like
he thinks he wants more? He thinks he wants to see more horror projects from DC.
Right.
Post Clayface, I think.
I just love
Mm.
the idea that like they really are sticking to the themes of each character is what it feels like with the new DC stuff. You know what I mean? Like Superman is hopeful, Supergirl is not, so she's less trusting, but she's still
of course,
the same kind of character. Like she has her developments. It's gonna feel like it.
That's the thing that hurts
like.
so much with the like wanting DC to get on their feet and do really good things. Because with Marvel, like I feel like Marvel, like in the Infinity Saga, I feel like we had definitive tonal changes, and there were some things that were really cool. But I feel like we learned from Phase 4 and Phase 5 that we haven't really been able to make projects feel different. But I think that Wonder Man kind of starts to change that a little bit. So I'm hoping that if things like Wonder Man can do that, I hope that that means that moving forward, the next project, like, so we know, like, if it's after, so like Daredevil, we know Daredevil's gonna be street level. We know it's gonna be your superhero team up, going after the Kingpin and doing all that stuff, and that's kind of traditional Marvel. That's to be expected, but it's gonna be street level done, so it's cool. It's whatever. That's fine. But I think if you're looking for the different stuff, I think, like, people have been crying for a street level Spider-Man movie for a while. I mean, we're hopefully getting that. It looks like it's looking. If you look at the guy that did Wonder Man, who's also doing Spider-Man, there's a really good parallel with Dustin Daniel Cretton. For those who have seen Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi was a very special movie. It was very different. And then now you're getting, you got Wonder Man. Now you're getting Spider-Man. And Spider-Man, I think it's crazy that they keep talking about, like, the fact we have not gotten, when this movie comes out in, I think Spider-Man comes out, is it July or is it May? I feel like it's July, both. But like, it still is crazy that we have not gotten a proper tease or official trailer for this Spider-Man movie yet. Because they literally like now they're
literally
testing
the director the other day was just like, oh yeah, it's coming soon. I'm like, bro, it's come on, it's February.
It feels like it's getting delayed.
February.
Because we just got a Mando and Grogu trailer, which we'll be talking about. But like, how did we get that trailer when it's coming out after Spider-Man and still not have a Spider-Man trailer? And it's Disney. They're both Disney. You know what I mean? Like, it's just odd, right?
Well, the
like,
problem with the Spider-Man thing is that Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man, and they're the ones that are holding back. So,
all right.
My suspicion is that
I thought there was another deal made, though. I thought that Sony was like, they gave up on their stuff. They're like surrendering to Marvel, essentially.
No, they do have that deal made. But the thing that happened is they still have their Spider-Verse animated movie coming out eventually, and then their deal is they're relying on that Spider-Verse movie, which will hopefully come out in the next couple of years. I think it's slated for 2027, but I don't know for sure. Because the animation stuff has been a problem. But they seem to, at some point after Craven, they went and decided, okay, we're doing this noir show because the guys that did Spider-Verse want to do this noir show. And I kind of have a feeling, because companies do this all the time, I wonder if the Spider-Man noir show coming out in May is hindering the plans for marketing Spider-Man Brand New Day, because Sony owns both. So
yeah, and I could see like, oh no, this is legit coming out now. Spider-Man's getting delayed to like fall right before Doomsday, like a couple months before Doomsday or something like that. Yeah, I could see that. Hopefully,
I hope it doesn't get delayed. Like, I keep hearing things. I heard the new report is they're dropping the trailer in either next month or they're dropping it in April. And I think the thing that I heard was the big thing right now is that they're going to drop the trailer because they're doing what they want this trailer for this movie to be so good that they basically have a focal testing. Basically, they're testing with audiences, which it doesn't make sense because you can test with audiences when everyone goes and watches it. But supposedly they're testing it with focus groups to see, because the one version of the trailer they did, the first version they did that leaked on Spotify and whatever, it was very different. It was very brief, whatever. It did well. People seemed to like it, but then they never released it. I thought it would get released with Anaconda and a couple other Sony films. It never got released. It just didn't happen. And then I heard last week, and I think even earlier this week, that they're now doing focal testing for this new trailer they made. They added scenes, changed little bits, added new things. And there's a description of, like, we know the hands in it. We know they got lots of different villains. You kind of got the Fantastic Four montage thing. We're going to see Spider-Man through the course of this movie when he's starting out, since we're seeing him be fully Spider-Man now, without Tony's gadgets and stuff. you're going to see him take on multiple villains in montage fashion of like Spider-Man just taking out these smaller C-list villains, just kind of doing his thing. And then there's all the big
Isn't
characters.
Scorpion gonna be in it?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's not a
Scorpion's one
montage
of
villain.
them.
He's going to be a legitimate full movie villain. So
That's
Yeah, he's the
amazing.
main
Michael
one.
Mando.
yep.
I think so,
Amazing.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
dope.
He'll make
They're
that
paying
movie.
off that.
He will
They got
make that
Tombstone.
movie.
We got Tombstone. We got a lot of good stuff coming out. Yes, we know
He's such a
Spider-Man's
good
coming out in
actor.
July. That's what they're saying right now, Jake. But it's just we're just talking about the fact that the marketing is not on point for it right now, so things can get delayed. Still, you have to accept that these things, like companies, can make any decision they choose to. Until there is like you can have a release date. Endgame was supposed to come out. No, not Endgame. Infinity was supposed to come out at one point in May, and then it released in April. Like movies sometimes move back, sometimes they move forward. Like it can happen within this business. You're getting different things happen. Like depending on what they want to do. When you want something to be successful, those are things that can happen. So but yeah, no, I think like I've heard good things about the Spider-Man trailer. And what's crazy is they must be getting ready to release this in either next month or April. Because on Twitter, I've already seen some pictures that are not getting taken down. They look very legitimate. That's not AI of like potential stills and shots of this new trailer. So either Sony's putting them out so people can see them and get excited, but I've seen some images of some of the costumes of the villains and a couple new shots of Punisher and stuff, and it's looking good. Like looking at some of the stuff I'm seeing, like I've seen Boomerang, I've seen Tombstone, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, no, it's looking pretty cool. I mean, we just gotta hope
that we had the Spider-Man trailer instead of the Grogu trailer. Honestly,
yeah, honestly, I think Spider-Man. We need it right now.
Right.
We need to see Spider-Man. We definitely need to see Spider-Man.
What were you about to say though, Joe? I kind of cut you off.
Oh no, I just said yeah. I agree with you. I just think it's interesting. It would have been great if we saw the Spider-Man trailer. But since even though we spent a lot of, I feel like we kind of wrapped up. We took the idea of the Paramount and Netflix thing and kind of segued into like the connection between Marvel and DC and all that different the different things. But I guess the next thing is we should probably talk about this trailer, right? Since you mentioned the Mando and Grogu thing.
Yeah, Mando and Grogu, my dude.
Disney consumer products, but Spider-Man movie, not Sony. Yes, it is Sony.
I believe they definitely had to sign off on something for Marvel to allow, for them to allow Marvel to use Spider-Man because they own the rights to Spider-Man.
Yes, they have to share. Disney has to share with Sony the Spider-Man rights. Spider-Man is the one that Sony's the one that owns the majority of the rights. And then what happens is Sony has just agreed to give Disney more access because they know their projects are horrible. And so they're not making money. So they're like, let's just collect the checks and let you guys.
Do you guys remember when we weren't going to get a Spider-Man 3? And then Tom Holland asked Bob Iger himself to make Spider-Man 3 because they weren't going to do it because of the whole Sony Marvel thing.
Yeah, they were having a fight. They were having a fight over rights.
Yeah.
What, Jake? Really, man? I feel like this trailer got me excited for Mando and Grogu. Like, literally.
We're about to talk about it, Jake. I'm surprised that you find it. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Jake. I'm going to say something bold. I know a lot of people. I know there's going to be people on the internet that's like, oh, it's a shill. He's excited about Disney. But you know what? I'm going to be real with you guys, man. I'm not going to lie. This trailer got my heart pumping a little bit. This trailer made me feel like when the opening of this trailer, and we'll talk about this trailer right now, there's a little bit of this trailer that I'm like, is this classic Star Wars? Like the beginning,
almost
that feeling
feels like prequels. Like it kind of has that original feel, but kind of feels like prequels. Like it's got that George Lucas feel to it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Feel, for sure.
Right. And that's what season 2, I feel, of Mando achieved very well. Like one kind of almost had its own identity with the whole Western thing, but like 2 leaned into like this is like Star Wars, you know what I mean? And then by the end you got Luke Skywalker, and you're like, oh my god, like you're like a kid again by the end of season 2 of Mando. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I've been saying like I think this is going to be a great movie, and it's like regardless of how you feel about season 3 of Mando, like they hit so hard for season 1 and 2. That's like 10 episodes or so or maybe like 16. I don't know. I don't remember how many episodes per season.
I just didn't think. I just really didn't think. Oh, I would say Embo looks badass. I guess that's the best compliment. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm glad you found something to enjoy about it. I love Embo. We're gonna talk about him in a minute because that's amazing. I've known. Okay, I gotta confess something, guys. That's kind of crazy. Since we're talking about this, you guys know I can't reveal my source, but before this,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this kind of trailer to come out because when we talk about this Mando and Grogu trailer, I've been sort of holding out a little hope for a better trailer for this movie because
I still hear you guys. I'll be right.
Oh, you gotta go do something. Okay, so
Cool.
I basically I've known about Embo being in this movie probably for a good 6 months, and I had in the pipeline. I had people tell me things, and I had in the pipeline that it was gonna happen, and like I had a video planned out for because they told me I could talk about it, but I just hadn't gotten to it yet. I was like, well, let's wait till we get something real official. Not that I don't trust my source, but I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
I did the same thing with Wesley Snipes and Deadpool and Wolverine. They told me early, and I was kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems too good to be true. I need to see it. And now that I've seen it, yeah, I'm pretty stoked that Embo's in this thing. Now, here's the other crazy kicker that you guys don't know that the trailer doesn't reveal. You guys know who's playing Embo in this movie?
No, who's playing Embo?
Dave Filoni is the voicing Embo like he did in Clone Wars. So Filoni will
Okay,
still
cool.
be resuming because this is a Jon Favreau movie. Filoni might have some
Yeah.
say on the creative process, but this is Favreau's movie.
This is Favreau stuff. Yeah.
Yep, Filoni is gonna play some role in it, just like he did in the early Mando seasons. But I guess it's kind of like in Filoni cameoing in the other as himself as one of the pilots in Mando. Now we're gonna hear him voice his iconic character that he basically created and basically voiced in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So yeah, Embo being in this, I gotta say, out of all, and Star Wars has had a couple characters that transition from animation to live action that they don't look pretty accurate. But I'm gonna tell you, man, Embo looks fucking badass. Like, damn, like I was looking at you only get that little shot, but just him standing, and you can also tell the planets. It looks like he's on Navarro.
Navarro or something like that.
Which looks crazy, and it looks like it looks like he's looking wild. Like I like the trailer. I think the trailer.
I think Star Wars has some of the best live action versions of characters that we've ever seen. You know what I mean? Where it's like Bo-Katan. You know what I mean? Like literally, Bo-Katan is the same actress that voiced Bo-Katan, and now she looks exactly like Bo-Katan. Like stuff like that is cool when it's done right. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm super
I think the
excited
only thing
about
that was a flop was the Grand Inquisitor, bro. That was a flop.
Oh, the Grand Inquisitor shit was the Obi-Wan shit, the Grand Inquisitor stuff was stuff. To answer your question, Chris, I'll plan on checking out Project Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling, new sci-fi movie next month. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I'm interested.
Yeah, I'll check it out. That seems cool.
But no, I really
so
like.
I think.
Oh, go ahead, Luke. Not Luke. Chris.
Yeah, no. So I think with this trailer, I definitely think that there's something. I'm more hopeful than I was before. Now that I've seen this trailer, I'm just like, okay, there could be something to this now, a lot more than what we saw previously. So
it gave away
I'm hoping
for the plot, and it really
that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, now I'm just like, okay, it seems like they're going back to formula with season 1 and 2, but movie context, right? So that's all I really want. If the movie turns out solid, I'm cool. I'm happy. I'm fine with that. I can look forward to the next project to see what's going on for that, because again, people are going to be like, oh yeah, your skills. Not really, because I've called out Star Wars many times on like what they've done wrong.
People
you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with this is the difference, yeah. There's nothing wrong with liking something, but when you don't like something, don't be afraid to call it out. And I'm not afraid to call out what Star Wars have done wrong for the last.
And that's the thing that people don't understand is all the people that started this whole shills BS. They don't understand that there's going to be bad products. There's going to be things you're going to hate and you're going to call out. And you're not, just because you like something that a company puts out, that after they put out shit after shit, when they make a good project, you're going to give them praise for what you see, something you're interested in. You're like Disney done some shit stuff with Star Wars, but when I saw that trailer for the mall show, I was losing my fucking mind. I still was holding on to
for real.
that the mall show was going to deliver, and now we're getting
That's what I'm saying.
and it just works
I
out.
think that live action Disney shows don't work as well as Disney, sure, but I mean Star Wars more. the shows for Star Wars. Like, it's too much. Like,
Yeah.
normally we love TV shows because we get to be like in their world and like for a little while, longer than a movie. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like you're more connected. But I think with Star Wars, it's allowed for too much dragging. You know what I mean? Where it's like, and you're developing characters wrong. You have too much time to play with them. You've got shows for each character. Like, this isn't Marvel. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work the same. And I think Star Wars, like, so there's rumors that Mando and Grogu is going to be a trilogy, right? And it's going to be 3 movies. And I think that would work so much better than these shows. Like,
I'll say this one thing that I got really excited about with this show that makes me excited, because there's a lot of stuff, like you have Sigourney Weaver, you have a lot of cool avenues and different things. But one thing that I'm absolutely excited about, one of the things that made one of my biggest criticisms when I talked about the previous marketing for this movie, is one of the highlights of Mando season 1 and 2 is the action, what they do with the character like the Mandalorian. Dude, the idea of, if you guys have seen, look, you've seen some episodes of Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, I watched pretty much all of season 1.
Had you seen season 1? Okay, so I think Embo doesn't come until season 2, but
season 2.
Embo, bro, Embo is like this bounty hunter that he's like a Star Wars shinobi. Like, this man is like running around throwing shurikens and throwing his hat. His hat is a weapon and a shield. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm jazzed to sit there with my popcorn and watch him and Din Djarin duke it out. Like, and I like that you've seen, like, from the trailer, you're seeing Grogu go on his little side mission. You're seeing moments where, like, you can see, like, oh, okay, so Mando's going to be away from Grogu at times in this movie. Like, there's going to be times where Mando's actually going to be out there being the cold-blooded Mando that we know to see, and that's cool.
People might disagree with me on this, but I think Cad Bane is one of the best parts of season 3 of Mando.
He was in Cad Bane appeared in Boba, not Mando.
Oh, that's right. All right, well, he's one of the best parts of
he really
show.
was. But I didn't like how they killed him off in that.
Yeah.
I was just like,
he's
even
not
though
dead.
they show that he's obviously not dead.
He's
like,
not dead.
Like, to be honest, I don't want to get people's hypes up for this. If they do it won't be this movie, but if they do a trilogy, watch Cad Bane come back in one of these Mando movies. Not this one, but watch him come back, because
all the bounty hunters team up together and they're like, let's get rid of freaking Mando. You know what I mean?
That would be dope.
That would be cool.
Let's get like a Rise of the Bounty Hunter trilogy of movies, just like bounty hunters going after bounty hunters, like
that could be cool.
Like Cold's crazy, like, because we know, like, with this movie, we know that even though Mando's a Mandalorian and he's a bounty hunter, but then you have Embo's a bounty hunter. It looks like Embo, and he did this in Clone Wars too, he's working for the Hutts, and Din Djarin is hired to protect Jabba's son. So it looks like.
Are we gonna get, you think, the Hutt from the Clone Wars? What's his name? Z?
Yeah. It maybe they said it would be the cousins. I read something today. They said it's the cousins that Boba kicked off Tatooine in Boba, that they've now come and they wanna put claims to hurt Jabba's son. Like, they're trying to take a claim at the Hutt throne. And they're on these, it looks like in this movie, we're gonna see other plans. Another thing I love, I saw someone say this, and I love this idea. We've been seeing in the marketing of Hoth in this movie, right, with the stormtroopers?
Yeah.
Apparently, heading into, because we accept that the sequels fall after the Mando timeline, right? Well, here's the crazy thing. Apparently, the Hoth stuff is the last remnant of everything that's left of the Empire from Return of the Jedi. So apparently, in this movie, we're completely wiping out the faction. I've heard rumors that from this trailer that the opening of the movie could be Din and Grogu going off to Hoth to, like, defeat the Empire until First Order gets formed. So, but I mean, it's interesting because we still have a couple of stuff to figure out with, like, I still don't believe that Moff Gideon is gone for good, but I mean, maybe he really is. If he is, it sucks, but whatever. I mean,
if Palpatine can live,
if Palpatine can live, then let's hope Moff Gideon can still be out there.
Yeah, true.
I mean, then anybody can live.
It's true at this point. Yeah.
But I think it's interesting. I like the idea, because what was I saying when we talked about the future of Star Wars the last couple of podcasts? I want to be done with the Empire. I love that we're gonna see that finished. We're gonna see, like, if they did choose to do another Mando season at some point, or another Mando movie, it won't be against the Empire. Like, and that's great.
The only thing I truly want to see them fill in, because that's how it feels. They've been filling in spots between these movies that have been already made, right? They're like, what happened after the original trilogy? This happened before the original. You know what I mean? Like, they just keep doing this. So, if they're gonna keep doing it, which I don't want them to do, I'd love them to just go away from it, like Old Republic, whatever. But like, I feel like I want, maybe not everyone feels this way, the way that we had Boba Fett live, the way that we had Darth Maul live. I want to see Mace Windu live. You know what I mean? Like, I know he gets electrified, he gets thrown out the window, right?
I mean, they've been trying to be
on the fall down with the fear, like he's the only Jedi that taps into the dark side. Like, how cool would it be? You know what I mean? Like, maybe he just uses more of the dark side. Maybe he even goes evil. You know what I mean? And like turns on the Jedi himself. I would love something like a beat up, destroyed, like Mace Windu come back with the dark side, like ready. Like, I would want that personally.
Like, we're gonna get fragments of that in so Star Wars 3's fan film that he's been working on. He just announced the other day, the guy that voices Mace Windu in Clone Wars and was the original Kratos from the first 3 God of War games.
Oh yeah, T.C. Carson.
He's gonna be Mace Windu in Star Wars 3's Vader vs. Mace Jedi movie. That should be dropping, I think, either this year or the next year. But like,
speaking of that guy, Chris, did you watch the State of Play?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And Joe, did you?
I did.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll let you do your thing about Star Wars, but I do want to talk about God of War.
If we can talk about God of War. That's cool. We can jump into that. No, I just think, like, we kind of, like, with wrapping up the topic, like, we all seem pretty enthusiastic about the trailer. I mean, looking like there's going to be some good stuff. But yeah, let's talk about State of Play. I didn't have that on the docket, but we could totally.
Yeah, I totally forgot about it. And it was like, we just haven't talked about it. It's been in the last week, you know? So,
yeah, sure.
There's a bunch of games. I actually didn't catch the full thing, but I watched most of it. And then I heard about everything else.
I caught the full thing. Yeah, man. So I think there's a couple games that they're showing. I think what did they show that stood out to me? Obviously, the God of War trilogy remake. I'll be waiting for that because me personally, I feel God of War 2018 and Ragnarok are just not my type of God of Wars. I like the Greek mythology background of it, kind of stuff. Like, that's what I prefer. You know what I mean? And I played the first God of War back in 2018. I thought that it was a cool game, but it just really wasn't for me. I was like, there's something missing from this, like the originals had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the remakes. I can't wait to play them again because it's been so long since I've touched them.
I think it's the rage. That's what's missing. You know what I mean?
The rage. Yeah.
Like, dude, the original trilogy is just like,
you know what I'm saying?
He's like,
definitely.
God of War 2 especially, like, he's just on a mission to kill Zeus. You know, like, it was so cool as a kid. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, he was Zeus. He was there hunting like, Zeus, do you hear me? Like, bro, that's literally the stuff that I missed. You know what I mean?
What do you think about, like, do you think they're going to remake it? Because he's talking about how big it's going to be. Do you think they're going to remake it in the new style?
I feel like if they remake it in the new style, I'll have no problem with that because I think it makes sense for God of War to be that because it can be like an open world traveling kind of thing and expanded on that. So I don't mind if it is like that. As long as it's the original story, I'm cool.
I think it'd be cool. Be maybe more challenging. You know, I don't think they're just going to remake it the way it was.
Nah, 100%. No, I don't think so. They are. Nah.
Maybe a remaster, you know, like that would make more sense. Throw that out.
Yeah, because that's the thing. They've already remastered the trilogy.
Oh, okay, anyway, they have. So, like, yeah, I thought they did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like,
I don't know if they've like upped it to the new gen.
But, not to the new gen kind of thing. Right. So I think if they make it how the new God of War's are, then it will be dope for sure. What else was there? There was a couple games.
Resident Evil 9.
Yeah, Res 9. I'm getting that day one next week.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Is it on next week? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah,
next week Friday. It's literally.
It might be game of the year.
Reaction to
banging it out, bro. Honestly,
might be.
And then there was they also Joe. They also show a tease the John Wick game as well.
Yeah, so I've been trying to catch up from the State of Play stuff. I've been so swamped with work and everything. I gotta put up my reaction for that because I heard about that. I heard about that shit and I was like, oh, dude, John Wick game. This looks like,
Yeah.
oh man, I can't wait. It looks
And,
good.
it looks good as well. Like, obviously, we saw a little bit of gameplay. It was mainly a trailer, but we saw a little bit of gameplay.
More like the cinematics and stuff, but like they're
Yeah,
gonna show
yeah.
gameplay more. It looks sick
So
from what I've seen. So
yeah, that's what I'm
excited.
saying. I'm hoping they could just do what they need to do with that game because Keanu Reeves is still playing that role as well with John Wick. So it's just like, bro, I think it's about time we get like a John Wick game, to be fair, anyway, because we got see-through. So I kind of felt like, you know, I feel like there's a potential somewhere for like a John Wick game to come out and be like, just do its thing. So yeah, you know, there's
God of War
that.
3 was
Obviously,
the only game to be remastered, he says.
God of War
Yeah.
3. Oh, yeah, that was God of War 3. That was the only one that was remastered. That's the one that sucked about it. Like the first two didn't exist.
Bro, I just think I think the crazy thing, like, you know, they're making that 007 game that's gonna come out soon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like it's crazy you get that, right? But John Wick, the thing that's gonna be really cool about John Wick is like with that game, it's gonna be fun to have a gameplay where like you're gonna be able to like, yeah, John Wick uses guns and all this other cool stuff, but like just like getting to go through these missions and like I think he studies like different like martial arts, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu and stuff and judo, and like just being able to like get into altercations with people and like have a gun and then like still like judo throw people across the map and like, oh, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so good. Like that's cool, man. The fact they're making that game, I heard they were making it a while ago, is awesome. I see Underground was joking about Kenna in the chat. Underground said, I didn't know Kenna made a game called Kenna. Oh God.
Yeah, that game is getting a sequel as well. There was what else was there? There was a couple new games as well. I think they showed something for Pragmata that the Capcom releases, another Capcom release as well. So they showed.
Did they give any more details on the pod racing game?
Oh yeah, they showed gameplay for that. They showed gameplay for that. Yeah. They showed gameplay for that as well.
Does it look different from what we saw? Does it look different from what we saw at the Game Awards? Is there more like details now, or like what?
More details. It looks really good. Like it looks
actual
like
gameplay. I think because
actual gameplay. Yeah. So it looks real good. It looks really good.
So what you mean is we're all gonna be hopping on, doing pod races,
yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, literally, that's literally what it's gonna be. 100%.
Good luck.
It looks so much fun.
That's
honestly,
all I have to say.
There's a couple, and there's also going to be a couple characters that we know that will do the pod racing and stuff as well. So we're going to see them intervene and that. So yeah, it's just, that looks interesting as well. So and the fact that that's coming out in the summer as well, that's going to be just even better.
Dude, good game stuff, man. Good game stuff for sure. I'm loving it. I'm loving all the game stuff we're hearing about. That's good. I heard, unfortunately, we didn't get anything new for Wolverine, which is too bad. But
no, I think Wolverine. I can see it coming out this year, but at the same time, like I don't know. I feel like it'll come out at a later date. I feel like it's gonna come out at least maybe November, December time. I feel like so we might get gameplay for around August, September. I feel just because of the fact that like I don't see anything once GTA 6 comes out. I don't really see anything else like really coming out towards the end of the year being a big hype. So that's the
I
thing.
just want to see something for that. I want to see something for that Black Panther and Captain America game. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, same. Because I've been waiting. I've been looking forward to that.
Dude, that Rise of Hydra looks good, man. It looks cool. I want some real game, but we've only had cinematics.
I forgot all about that. God.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be cool.
Dude, if it's a game where you're literally Captain America and Black Panther fighting Hydra throughout like the different like time periods of the war, I'm gonna play the fuck out of that, dude. That shit sounds awesome.
Cool. You know,
just cleared out the Hydra faction. Oh man, that's gonna be crazy.
Let me just double check the state of play stuff. I'm sure they
man is getting racing. I'm hosting a tournament in the future. Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, speaking of speaking now that we're on, since we've mentioned Resident Evil, Luke, have you seen any updates for like about the movie that they're working on for Resident Evil?
No, I don't know any. I would love to know.
Yeah,
the guy that did Weapons, right? Is he still working on it?
Right.
Yeah, so the guy that did Weapons, he's doing Resident Evil in it. But obviously, he's basically saying that it's not going to be how originally. It's not going to be how we love and know Resident Evil. You know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, I understand you've done a good film with Weapons and things like that, cool. But it's just at the same time, we need Resident Evil to be Resident Evil. Like we need it to be in the mansion. just going around, looking
Do it
around,
right.
Mr. X or Nemesis, doing whatever they do in these films, because otherwise it's just gonna feel like another horror that's just kind of wasted. Like, you know what I mean? That's the thing I feel like.
Yeah,
So
it's got a curse of it too. You know, like so many bad
yeah,
Resident Evil movies. It's crazy.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
that very first one is the closest we've ever been to
Yeah, for real.
accurate Resident Evil. Like they got a lot
Yeah.
right in that movie, but they did
Mm.
it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I like 2 just because I grew up with it, but I understand where 2 gets
Yeah, it gets a
weird.
lot of hate. Yeah. I think the thing is I didn't mind the first 3. I knew there were flaws with them, but I just didn't mind them. But then after that, I just said I could. After once I saw
Oh,
4, I
I
said,
haven't even seen the ones after that. They look
"Oh
ridiculous.
man, no,
Oh my
seriously, I've not
god.
seen it. I've only seen clips. I didn't see them in cinema. I said, no, this is not Resident Evil.
Right.
Sorry,
I think
this
I've
is not
watched
it."
Red Letter Media make fun of that. Them
Yeah.
watching them. I've seen
Oh,
something like that in the past. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see what are we saying now? They reboot God of War. He young. He was kid. No, it's not a reboot. They announced another project for God of War called Sons of Sparta.
Sons of Sparta. Yeah, that's about him and his brother in it. So yeah,
Right. It looks so cool. I really want
looks
to play
cool.
it. Side scroller, like 2D type game, and
That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
it just looks like
Sounds like good stuff,
I'm
man.
for it.
That's good stuff. That's I like that.
It's in
So
Raccoon
in the
City, but not the
PS2.
canon characters. I think it's in the same universe as the games, similar to Outbreak on PS2.
Oh, Sibling Hybrid. Okay.
I never
But
played Outbreak.
I don't think. Yeah, that's the thing about Resident Evil. Like Outbreak, there's been a few like Outbreak Revelations 1 and 2. There's a few of them I've not played. Like, obviously, I played the mainline ones, but not like the ones outside the side stuff. Some of them, anyway.
Isn't Michelle Rodriguez in one of the Resident Evil movies? Maybe.
Michelle.
Who's that?
Michelle
So Underground
Rodriguez.
said, "Isn't Michelle Rodriguez in one of the Resident Evil movies?"
Yeah, who is that? I'm not even sure.
The girl from Fast and the Furious. That was
Yeah, she was in the first
Vin
one.
Diesel.
She was in the first one. She was in the first one. I remember. Yeah, she was in the first one.
Only actor's name I remember in those movies is and I don't even remember her name, but she played, was it Alice or something?
You're talking about
Yeah,
Mila
Alice,
Jovovich?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mila Jovovich. Yes.
She was the almost saving grace of those movies because the action scenes she had in that movie were fucking badass. Like when you
Yeah,
were watching those
honestly.
movies, yeah.
Yeah, no, she was cool, but I just
Yeah.
didn't like what they did with her character past the
Yeah,
second
with
yeah,
the
for
movie.
characters, what they did with everything else, I just said, nah, this is a waste of time.
Once you
Might
got
as
to
well just play the
3
game.
and there was like, a million clones of her, but they killed all the clones.
Yeah, all of that. I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I'm
Before
out.
in the paragraphs that you're reading at the beginning of the movie,
Oh,
they're like, yeah, they
bro.
all died or something.
Yeah,
It's
so
like,
what's,
what?
Yeah, so what happened with our plan? So I know we're talking about the state of play, but we also Chris, I don't know, I was talking to Luke about this earlier. Did you hear about the new Netflix event?
Wait, hold on. Netflix event. Oh my gosh, I heard it, but I don't know what
So they're
exactly
doing Netflix is doing their first ever live MMA event, and they're bringing after all the cancellation, all the stuff that happened with Gina Carano. Gina Carano's coming back to MMA to fight Ronda Rousey.
Oh, that, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw it was in the news. I was curious what you thought about it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that looks cool. I think, you know what it is? I think that's the way forward that Netflix are doing because, like, again, not everybody can do pay-per-view kind of thing. So I don't mind the fact that you can still pay monthly and still watch, like, the live, like, MMA or wrestling or fights.
I wonder who's a better striker right now. I was looking at their records. I wonder who will win that fight because they're pretty
that's an interesting one because, it's going to be an interesting
I think Ronda Rousey's kind of washed. So, I mean, she's become pretty bad nowadays. So, like,
Ronda, like, I think, she's not had a good run for the last couple of years.
But you're not seeing Gina Carano do anything. Like, I haven't seen anything with her career. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's interesting, too, because she hasn't, like, you watch Mando, even though she was a character that was, like, using a gun and knives and all those other things, there's scenes in Mando of her, like, still being able to throw down hard. Like, she's, like, picking Mando up and throwing him, putting him in suplexes, doing, like, she's still got the moves. Like, like I've seen a couple of movies from her days before she was in like big superhero franchises, and even when she was in Deadpool, she was in the first Deadpool movie. She played one of the side villains, and she's like picking up Deadpool and fighting Colossus and throwing him around, and just like she's kind of a beast. Like she,
Yeah.
like in real life, you know, all her controversial opinions, you know, unfortunately went to what they went. But in terms of her skills, I think Ronda Rousey's in for a rude awakening, and I might have
Yeah,
to
no,
watch.
100,
I
100.
might have to watch the event just to see Gina slap
She's
her
gonna
up
get
good.
embarrassed again.
Yeah, I think at this point she just needs to retire. Man. Well, I mean, she's already done what she's needing to do anyway. So
Ronda's done, man. Just hang it up. Let's let Gina humiliate her and then call it a day. So Ronda Rousey, she just wants to talk smack. Like she said something to Joe Rogan the other day not the other day, a couple months ago that I thought was crazy. Where she's like, "Oh, Joe doesn't know how to fight. He's never been in the ring. He went to just these Taekwondo competitions. Even though he did MMA for a while and all this other stuff." And she was like talking bad about him, and I was like, "Really? You seen the way the man kicks a bag? He kicks it like it's when he kicks something that there's shotgun sounds coming from his kicks, like the way he kicks the bag. You're like, oh no." You can't be talking about my boy Joe Rogan like that, man. It's just it can't be happening. It's too bad. Like, no, she just gets really controversial now, and it's like I kind of can't
yeah, I
wait to
don't know
watch her
why
get.
she does that. Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
she's
know
still
why.
bitter about what she got dropped, man, and now she's all trying to hate the world and be all mad. And her film career didn't go where she wanted to. She wanted to be a badass movie actress in a lot of these movies and
Yeah,
stuff, and
but
she was in
yeah, but
Expendables and stuff.
yeah, but even with that, it's like even with the movie career kind of stuff, she never really
Got her
like
stuff.
she's just gonna play the same type of role. Like
Yeah.
look at Batista, look at John Cena. Like they've had to like level up their acting. They play different roles now. It's not about oh yeah, them being macho guys and doing the same kind of action movies. Like
Yeah.
yeah, any like all these they can do that and they still make money. Yeah, but it's gonna get boring. So they know they
Yeah,
have to switch it
that's why
up
I
and do
like Gina
things
Carano
differently.
because she actually made effort to play characters. Like you could actually see
Mm,
like her character in Deadpool was different. Her character in Mando, I don't know if they'll do it because I know they made their new deal with Disney and stuff, but I would love Gina to come back to
mm.
I would love Gina to come back to Mando. I would love to see something with Mando if they do a Mando trilogy. I'd love to see Gina come back because
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was part of what made that show good.
yeah, like I would
yeah, for
love to see
real.
it.
Like she made that show really good for it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember that Underground. Yeah, that's right. In Fast and the Furious 6, before Fast and the Furious went off the rails, they had Gina Carano versus Michelle Rodriguez, because she was in that movie as the bad guy, and she was slapping her up good. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that she was in those movies because she was like
Yeah.
dating The Rock in that movie, I think, or something. And it was like,
Yeah,
and
she
then they're like,
was something
dude,
like
and I was
that.
like, oh my god, dude, that shit was crazy. No, that's I agree. I would love to see. I would love to see the return of her. Oh, so Retrolad said update. They're filming the last 2 episodes of Harry Potter for season 1, apparently.
Okay, that's cool.
You
And
So
guys
we
then
should see
excited
July
for
that
they'll be
that?
sometime.
filming. July they'll be
Yeah, I'm
filming
looking
Chamber of
forward to
Secrets,
that.
which will be season 2. It says so. It says July they're gonna film season 2, which will
Mhm.
be Chamber of Secrets.
Okay,
So
cool.
glad they're
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
So glad they're not doing the fucking what's it called, the Stranger Things shit, where you wait years to film the next season and the
Yeah,
kids get
no, they
older.
can't. They
I'm
can't now, man. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm glad they're filming all this shit like in the same time span.
Yeah, because the thing
That's
is as
good.
well, the kids are still young as well with the Harry Potter series as well. So it's like they have to get everything they can now. And then obviously when it hits Prison of Azkaban onwards, that's when they obviously get a bit older. So that's when you kind of wait a little bit. And then you kind of just carry on and continue whatever. But
Actually,
yeah,
you
it's good
got
that they're
that
doing that.
backwards, Retrolad. Rhonda only appeared in Furious 7. She was one of the assassins in Statham's
Oh yeah, number seven. Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Statham's moment. She only had one scene. She fought
One
Rodriguez in
scene.
7. You see Gina Carano fight Michelle Rodriguez in 6. No, yeah.
What?
You
What's up, Mondat Gaming? Welcome to the
yeah, no,
podcast.
you got that backwards, Retro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to correct you, but when you're wrong, you're wrong. That's just the way it is. So yeah. It's but no, yeah, so nice to see you guys. So yeah, so we talked about so yeah, we talked about that. So the Gina stuff is, oh yeah, you're right. Yep. So when we talked about that whole stuff, So we talked about. So I think that was a Netflix thing. What's our next? We're almost. We have the Night of the Seven Kingdom. That's coming at the end, and
Yep.
then what was our other? Do we have another big topic?
Just
see.
your movies.
Oh yeah, that's next. Oh yeah. So guys,
Oh
I
yeah,
went and saw.
movies. Yeah.
I went and saw a couple movies last week with my girlfriend.
Mm.
So I went to see Send Help before Valentine's Day, and then on Valentine's Day I saw Crime 101.
Mm.
So on so I do have YouTube reviews for both of them, but like just my more in-depth thoughts when I watched Send Help. You know, I love Sam Raimi. I love all the movies he's made and stuff, and this is the first horror movie he's made in a long time, horror slash thriller kind of movie. And if you guys have seen the trailer, it's basically Dylan O'Brien is a piece of shit boss, and Rachel McAdams plays this girl. Fallout's over, Underground. We're done with that. It's over. Sorry. But
Yeah,
so
you can catch the finale talk in the last episode.
yeah, but so basically, so she's like literally like he finds her unattractive and like talking bad shit about her and everything. She was lined up for a promotion, and he just is like so shit to her and just horrible. Like everything is horrible. Oh, that's funny. That's funny, Rachel Head. I'll address that in a minute. But so the whole thing with with that situation was, you know, literally he's shitting on her and whatever. They were supposed to go on this company trip, and he's making fun of her at one point when they're on the plane because she made these videos where she wanted to be like on Survivor, like she's a natural survival like instinct person and can survive out in the wilderness. And sure enough, everyone on the plane doesn't survive except for the two of them, and she like is the only one that knows how to survive. Um, that knows how to survive. And so basically, they end up being stuck on this island together, and she's like literally figuring everything out and like building campfires, making her own food. And it's a survival film. It's like, oh shit. And like these two are like kind of trying to figure out how to survive, but then also pitted against each other because she's kind of not forgetting him for what he did. So like she's kind of crazy. And then like Bill O'Brien's trying to, you know, just get off the island, do his thing. Like I really dug it because the first time Sam Raimi's done rated R in a long time, and I thought it was really good because it had good cinematography, good story, good twist. Really dug it. If you guys are
Yeah,
Sam
I've been hearing
Raimi
good things
fans,
about Send Help. Yeah.
go watch Send Help. It's very good.
Definitely gonna
I
check
recommend
that out
it.
for sure.
And then Crime 101, was an interesting one for me because it stars Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Holly Berry, and Barry Keoghan, who plays Joker from the Matt Reeves Batman movies. And another surprise, it also has Nick Nolte, who's the I Have Spoken guy from The Mandalorian. So you got a Star Wars actor, 3 Marvel actors, and a DC actor. But what's kind of cool about this movie is it wasn't just for let's get big names in this movie. They all play their roles. So this is an espionage movie. It's not an action flick. It has a car chase, but most of the movie it's a 2-hour and 20-minute movie, and it's very it's got some pacing issues, but other than that, it's got a really good story of like dealing with thieves, and like Chris Hemsworth plays a criminal a criminal with morals. He does not believe in violence. So like while he's committing crimes for his own survival, he's not killing people or doing horrible things. And so he's trying to survive. And so the whole movie is built around this. So that Mark Ruffalo has been tracking this. It is a cop, and he's the good cop. You watch him he's got a beard. He's all washed up from being in a bad divorce, and then like trying to make his way in the world. And Holly Berry works for an insurance company, and they all kind of fit in different. It kind of reminded me almost like a little bit of a Ocean's 8 type situation, or like a little bit of like just other TV, like more like crime, not super gritty, but just very kind of slow moving, but very good. And like the stories, the characters are really interesting. Hamler does a great job of like really reminding you that he's an actor and not being like, hey, I'm Thor. Like you really watching him. And one of the interesting aspects of the movie is watching Hemsworth. Like he can't flirt with women. Like despite he looks like himself, he's awkward and doesn't know how to like talk to women. And it's very weird when you in your brain, you're like, Chris Hemsworth can't like talk to women. Like that's kind of wild. And so
Right.
but it's really good. Like I really enjoyed it. I really thought it was very my only nitpick is the pacing. I think it's a good kind of heist espionage film. Really got that feeling. And I think if you guys are interested in that, great acting performances. If you're looking for a good espionage movie, definitely fun. I wanted to address the thing that Retchalad said. Retchalad, I have had many girlfriends at different times in my life over months, but I have one girlfriend, so that's I understand. I mean, love is hard, man. Sometimes it takes you a while to get it right. It takes you a while to get it right.
No,
But
it's
I don't
completely
have
true.
several. Yeah.
Nah,
What did you
that's
say,
true.
Luke?
That's completely true.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, but so yeah, so I enjoyed the films. Hopefully I'll get to see some more films soon. I'm currently going through the Scream movies right now because I got invited to an early screening for Scream 7. So
Which one are you up to?
I'm on the second one right now. I got to finish the second one tonight. I watched the first one. Just time's been slow going, but I'm really excited because I got my new news about my new work schedule. So I'm going to be around a lot today, doing games, making videos, watching
Nice.
Scream, doing so.
That's
I
good,
love
that's
my new
good, that's
schedule.
good.
I'm pumped. I don't have to get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I guess
Everyone
it's
would be,
time.
right?
Yeah, so I guess it's time for Night in the Seventh Kingdom, because we don't got anything else, right?
Yeah, that's
Pretty
so,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, if you guys haven't watched Night in the Seventh Kingdom, we're gonna be getting into some spoilers. So if you haven't watched the show, this will be your time to dip out. But Retchalad, let's see. You guys getting Scott Pilgrim game next month. I didn't know there was a new one coming out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Scott
forgot
Pilgrim.
about that. I might
Yeah.
get it. Depends on how
I
I
don't
feel.
know. Money's a little tight, so.
I might need to check
Yeah.
I might need to check out that show Underground. I heard about
Resident Evil 9 is a priority.
Yeah, that's a
then-
priority, 100%.
Like literally, that game comes before every other game. And then
100%, bro.
I want to get Marathon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see
Yeah,
how
I've been
reviews.
hearing good things about Marathon as well. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Bungie, man, and I'm such a
Bungie,
big
yeah.
Halo fan. You know
Hey,
what I
that's
mean?
what I'm
Like,
saying. As long as they did Destiny as well, so.
And
you
I'm
know.
not crazy about Destiny, but I just don't like that kind of style of shooter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Right. This is an extraction shooter. You know, like what's that big one? Arc, Raiders.
Arc Raiders,
game
yeah.
blew up, so it's gonna be like that, but first person, right? And Bungie. So I'm gonna see how the reviews are, and then based off of that, I'm gonna buy it or not. I want to get it though, but I'm trying to be more. Just not buy everything because I've always bought like every game that comes out. I'm gonna try to chill out on that a little bit.
Yeah,
play the games I do have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got to find things. You know, you got to really spend money when in these times. It's hard times. We got to spend money when we have money and we know we can spend
$70 a game. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the Knights of the Seven Kingdom.
Ken is here.
Y'all still doing this?
Yeah, we haven't even hit 2 hours. What you talking about?
How was your fun time? How was your plans today? You missed a great show. I mean, we're about to talk about Night in the Seventh Kingdom. I only care for Resident Evil 9, Lego Batman, GTA 6, Avatar, fighting game. Yes, I will try Marvel.
I want that Marvel game too. I want that
Marvel
game.
Game's will be fun.
GTA 6 is already delayed for next year, so
I'm glad we're getting a Marvel game where I can finally play as Ghost Rider. It's been a while since I got to play as Ghost Rider, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick. I mean, that game's gonna be so cool. I think Lego Batman will be fun. It'll be casual fun. You know what I mean? Like it'll be fun for us comic fans for sure.
We're excited for the Star Wars racing game. We're
Star Wars racing. Yes.
Yeah.
That I want.
Can't wait to get in a pod racer.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's about time. All
right,
see ya.
Yeah, well, good to have you make an appearance. We didn't expect you to appear at all, so I'm glad that you appeared. See you at episode 51. If you're nice enough to return.
She's there. Yeah.
But yeah, so guys, I think we're gonna get started on this. Hold up, Star Wars racing. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, Knights of the Seven Kingdom. Episode 5, titled, I believe it's In the Name of Your Mother. Is the title, if I remember correctly. So, Yeah, so we were all looking forward to this one, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, as we'll talk about today, a lot of us were kind of unfortunately disappointed by the episode. But this episode, I was really hoping this was gonna be really good because we watched the last episode and the hype for this episode was through the roof. We literally only have one more episode left. This is a 6-episode series, and we literally this episode. I was expecting that Battle from the Bastards vibe and just like really getting bloody, awesome night action like we've been craving to see. And we get a little bit of it, but unfortunately, through over reliance on flashbacks and not very smart choreography, we unfortunately don't get to see the full battle. And that's one of the biggest L's of this series so far. Because every other episode, 1 through 4, has been great, very enjoyable. And then this episode comes out, it's like, why? Like, it's just really disappointing because like there's great moments in this episode. Like there's stuff I like, but then all the flashback stuff really bottles everything down because the flashback stuff is just unnecessary. It's just we didn't need it. We need to focus on the whole episode being the battle. I'm okay with when Dunk is getting his ass beat and need to get up. I'm okay with Sir Alan telling him get up and then just have that like edited together where he has to say it a couple times to get him up to give him that motivation. But we didn't need the stupid thing with him and his like girlfriend when he was a child, and then his girlfriend got murdered from stealing from the guys. Like we didn't need that.
Chris, I want to hear your take on this episode before I go off.
Yeah, so I was expecting to see the fight. Like finally we get to see him, Duncan, do this for the reasons that he wants to do this for. You know, they get the 7-on-7. And I was expecting just an all-out brawl, innit? And it started off to be that. And then it went into a backstory of Duncan, his girlfriend, and how he met his mentor. And I was just like, they could have done this when he was in prison, that type of thing. Because when he was in prison, that made more sense because he's by himself. He's thinking about a lot of things. Like he doesn't know what to do now. Like he's been lied to. His squire was actually a part of the royal family. So it's just like it makes sense to do that. He's in turmoil. He's in pain. So do it then, kind of thing. But then they do it when he's knocked out, and I'm thinking, but this is the big fight. This is the stuff we wanted to see. We wanted to see him fight, how he would do it action, and we only get like 3/4 of it. Like, we don't even get much of it. We just get like the end of it, and then we just see that happens. And then I'm just thinking, like, what? Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, what's going on here? Like, I'm just kind of confused on why they went this direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I totally agree with that. For me, when it comes to the flashback, right? Yeah, you're talking about it not being necessary, right? Like it could have been at a different time. I totally agree with that, right? And it's like it's supposed to be poignant in a way of like, okay, this is why he gets back up. But like I don't even see the true relevance in it. You know what I mean? Like because your master would do it, like the knight who like your mentor would like save you when you don't know who you are, like throw up in the middle of it and keep fighting. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't hit the way I think they want it to. I still think the production in this episode is amazing. The show has been great. Part of the issue I feel is, like it's hyped up so much and like everybody's expecting, like you were saying, that Battle of the Bastards type level of a fight, right? Because we know what Game of Thrones is capable of. So it's like we're expecting a lot out of it. And it's not that what they gave us was bad. It's just we want more of like an actual fight. And it's not to be like, oh, I need my generic fights in my shows and stuff. It's more that, like this is what this show is built up to. And we want more of when they're actually going to give it to us.
We've been building towards this moment. And then we get this moment and it's kind of a letdown. And it's just
and I love the perspectives they gave and like the breathing and like the just like being an inexperienced knight in an actual battle and how overwhelming that could be, right? Like just not knowing what you're doing. But it would have been also really cool to just see the rest of the fight at least a bit more, and it might be nitpicky, whatever. But I feel it would have been more satisfying for a lot of people, especially with the way they hyped this up. Like I feel the flashback and the timing of it as well, like kind of takes you out of the momentum that has been built up this whole time.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
like, yeah. And you're kind of like, all right, we're doing a flashback now. All right. Like, when are we going to get back to the fight? You know, this is what we've been
Yeah.
waiting for. Come on, give it to us. You know what I mean? And yeah, the fact that there's only one episode left, like, it feels like it'd probably be like just a wrap everything up type episode. I don't know. It's still a really good show, you know, and I'm still looking forward to more Game of Thrones content. We've heard it's not going to be just a miniseries potentially now, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know, but something like that. We'll see. Season 2 potentially.
Yeah.
For me too, the other thing is, like, I would have liked to see throughout the show, like, you know, like learning that Duncan can take a beating or something, because he gets freaking beat.
Yeah, he got hammered in this one, man. Honestly.
Dude, it gets like impaled basically in the very
Yeah.
beginning of it. You know what I mean? Like, it basically almost goes all the way through him when they pull it out like from first person. Like, it went super deep. That whatever it is, the jousting thing. Like, and then he gets stabbed and hit with a freaking like blackjack or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like, it would have been cool to see him like because when he does fight, you see how much he's just like sloppy. He's not trained in any kind of real way to fight. It feels like he's just like using his brute strength with that sword to do what he has to do, right? But like, I don't know, it just would have been cool to see like how much of a beating this guy can really take before we got to this fight, for that to be relevant. Maybe the flashback even showed that, like, even if he were a kid, like how much this kid can like really like take a beating, how tough he really is. Because I feel like, you know, he would have been like bleeding out and shit. And yeah, he's in really rough shape by the end of it, but it's like, damn, guy would have had to been running on pure adrenaline. You know what I mean? Like, because he gets like basically impaled right in the beginning, and it's like getting stabbed again over and over. And yeah, he falls to the ground. My other thing, I said this to Joe too when we were talking about the episode. Like, there's that part where somebody gets on top of Duncan, and one of the knights rides by and like hits him off of Duncan, right?
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
but then when like all eyes are on Duncan because they're all watching him because they think he's dead, right? And Egg's like, wait, right? And he gets up and then he starts to fight one-on-one with the kid, right? That matters if he dies, right? He gets him to surrender, but like when he's on top of him beating him, it's like, why does none of his knights come over and save him? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we didn't get a lot of the perspective of everything else going on unless it's served telling the story that they wanted to tell in that time, like, specifically, which I feel the show has done such a good job at not doing that and showing us a more broad perspective of everything, where it's like when it comes to the fight, like, I don't know, it feels like a lack of choreography or something like that. And it's not to like say, oh, this is bad, because it's what they still did was good, you know, and I still liked it. I just want more of it. Like, and maybe that's greedy, you know what I mean? I'm like, I just want it to be like, not that it's bad. No one's trying to say it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I just want more of the actual action and that like climactic moment built up. More, basically.
I just hate that they hyped up. I just hate that they hyped up the brother joining Dunk's side in the last episode, and then we don't even see him really fight in this episode. I think that
right. Yeah, no, I agree with that too. Like, we built this character up, like, okay, he's talking with Duncan like in the room, and like Duncan makes his point about being a real knight and how it's standing up for the innocent, and you can see him like change his mind kind of in that moment. He signs for him. He's going to be the last knight that they need, right? And then like we get the moment of like he takes his helmet off and he's been hit in the back of the head and he's like dead, right? But like, you think we would see it just a bit more of him in the fight or him in anything, because like we barely, like, they built him up to be this guy to stand up for Duncan, and then we don't get to actually see him stand up for Duncan. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for real.
which is a little odd to me. You know, like, there's just like we were saying, like, it's not that what they did is bad. It's just like, I want more. You know, and I feel like the flashback really took flashback we didn't need right there. you know, and I think that's what it takes you out of the momentum. It's not really necessary. Like, I'd like to see other things out of it. Like, and it's that's why people feel disappointed, because it's like frustrating in a way that they're not giving you more of what you feel that they're good at. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Like, yeah, because Game of Thrones is like top quality, you know, and it's like when it's not at its top quality, people get upset, right? Or like it's not more of what it could have been, right? Like that's how the end of the original show went.
Yeah. How many episodes have we got left of this before it's actually done for the first? One more. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think
that was
I
like
think
it.
Yeah, it sucks because I hope next season something wild does happen, so we're like, but it makes sense that we get to do it through the action, the front premise of that, because it's just everything leading up to what the fight should have been. It made sense because the girl obviously nearly her finger was literally broken off and all this and that. He was there. He had to defend himself. He had to literally like speak of like what his mentorship, everything, and it's just like for them to go in the direction of just okay, we're going to show the backstory now, and then not show the rest of the fight. It's like, how can he be knocked out for that? It's not common, man. Like at least let him wake up like a good minute or two late or something. Or it's just kind of like, I think the only part of the flashback I liked was when his mentor was like, "Get up," and he got up. I was like, okay, that's cool. I like.
I wish that was more emphasized.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
wasted time. I think it's just that back there that backstory stuff. It's just like it could have been done another episode. Like, why now? Especially towards the end.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Nah, it's just like this show wasn't about action, and that was fine with everyone. You know what I mean? Like we were just getting a story about Dunk, and it was a little bit silly because he's kind of a goofball and he's not that smart, right? But like. And the odd pairing of him and Egg, and then the twists of it, right? Like the lead up was great. The episode before this is one of the highest rated Game of Thrones episodes. And then, like, of course, if this one doesn't deliver the way everyone wanted, or in a way to some degree, like you're gonna get that disappointment because the hype is so high. Like you're going from what we built up to what we are now, essentially. So. You got any last thoughts, Joe?
No, I feel like pretty hopefully episode 6 is a good finale, but I really think that season 2 they need to do something really big to really make up for this disappointment. Like if you're building towards one thing, the whole show doesn't have to be action heavy, that's fine. But this episode was built up to be this big fight, and then we just don't see enough. And I feel
think,
like,
in a weird way, maybe season 2, by not correcting it and doing something similar, where it's not about the action, and when you do get the action, you only get some of it, right? Like if they followed up that same way, that same formula with season 2. This could be that show of Game of Thrones that just isn't about the action. And that could work.
That's okay if they do that. They could do that, I guess.
Right. But it does feel that, we really did spend the whole series building up to this moment, and to like not really get it all. Like, I think it could work like in retrospect, like later on, and be like, no, I really like that show though, because it's more about the character development and it's more about the smaller moments and stuff like that compared to the big fights, and that's what original Game of Thrones is about. It's what House of Dragons kind of about. This is like a little slice of something different though, maybe a little slice of life type of thing, which is cool, in its own right. And it can be like, there's always ways to appreciate art if you look at it with a different perspective.
That's true.
Yeah. So not to say that this episode is bad, no, but what it built up to, we kind of wish we got a little bit more out of. But, it's still good. Still liked it.
Yeah.
Still looking forward to the finale.
Show. I think I still liked it, despite that. Still liked it.
Right. No, totally. What would you guys rate it? That's a hard question, I feel.
I'm gonna go.
I said like a 7.5 for me.
I think 7.5 too, man. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm leaning more towards a 6. I'm thinking. I feel like for me, I feel like there's a lot of things that are really good, but I think the flashbacks bogging everything down, and then not having the not even if it isn't an action show, I feel like I still just wanted more, and not getting more. I was so hyped up for it that I'm just very disappointed. But there are a lot of really good acting in the episode, and there's really good character growth. Of like, I love the ending scene where he's crying over him, and I thought that was a great
Yeah.
scene. So yeah, I think I could bump it up to a 7. I just feel like it's I'm just really disappointed that we didn't get to see the battle the way I wanted to see the battle, the way I envisioned the
Right.
battle to be, and just and like, yeah, it's artists, it's perspective. But the whole point is not show that much of the action. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I just feel like this one episode was the opportunity to show that if you're gonna do a night show, and yeah, great to have the character development, but I think you gotta have some night action in a night show. And I feel like you gotta really like double down on that. And I think like just the little bits that we got, I don't know if it's enough. And I think that that's kind of sad.
Yeah,
for
no,
me.
that's fair. I understand it. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you, man. My final thing, not even Game of Thrones, is I did mention it earlier, so I just wanted to give it a shout out. He-Man, Masters of the Universe. We got the movie coming, right? So I started
Yeah.
watching the original show. I'm only like 4 episodes in. I'm not far at all.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch it all, man. I'm gonna watch the Kevin Smith show. I'm gonna watch the early 2000s show, the CGI show, the Dolph Lundgren movie from '89. Yeah, I'm gonna check it all out, and I'm gonna get educated on He-Man. I've always been a Conan guy, so I've never known much about He-Man, but it's fun, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm liking it. Skeletor is great. Yeah, I love Skeletor.
Yeah, Skeletor, that is funny.
I love him.
Yeah.
I'm very like looking at his design in the Kevin Smith one. I'm like, oh my god, that's so different. You know, like I want him to look the way he did in the '83 one, but it's fine. Just curious because like this episode, I'll be talking about how I know next to nothing about He-Man. I'm just starting it. The next episode, I'll probably be like, I know all about He-Man now. You know, like so it makes me want to get back into Conan too. And like really do the comparison of like who do I like more? Because I think I like Conan more, but I know more about Conan right now. So
I think I know about both pretty well, but it's just I feel like growing up, He-Man was always the go-to for me. But yeah,
sure, He-Man's more fun.
More He-Man.
You know?
I'm more He-Man. I think like Conan's cool, but if you're He-Man, you say that you say you have the power of Grayskull, man, you're gonna be tearing up pretty awesome stuff. I had the toys.
You know what I'm saying?
I had the toys when I was a kid, man. I gotta say, like, I was watching some clips of the actor they chose for He-Man for the movie. This dude understood the assignment. He spent hours on the sword training, and even just on that little trailer we got, the little snippets of him going up against the other villains, the henchmen, and then him going up and fighting Skeletor himself. The action looks good, bro. For a new movie, like I'm like, this is the guy that did Bumblebee from Transformers, and like that was its own thing. But this movie looks like it's gonna be good.
Hey, people like Bumblebee.
Yeah, no, Bumblebee's great. I think they're very different because that was a Transformers movie in the lens of like Bumblebee kind of more hanging out with Haley Steinfeld and all that stuff, and it was just, and you have John Cena in there. That's a different avenue. This is He-Man. Like I love Transformers. But He-Man was the shit, man, when I was a kid. Like, this stuff is awesome. Like, you got Man-at-Arms in there. You got freaking all the characters. Skeletor's and they got Evil Lynn in there. It's going to be cool.
Part of my love for Conan really comes from, I don't know if you guys know this game. It's not the most popular. It was on PS3 and Xbox 360. There was a Conan, like, action game they made. And like it was really fun. I liked it a lot. And when you like your weapons had durability, they would break after like hitting people with them so many times. So eventually you'd be running around with like no weapons. And you could rip off your enemy's arms and beat them to death with their own arms. Like
okay, that's pretty cool.
It was such a fun game, man. So it like was I didn't know He-Man at all or Conan at the time, and that was my introduction to Conan. So like I kind of fell in love with it right there. I watched the first movie not long after that, and then I was just all in. I mean, it's an Arnold movie. Like I've read the Conan comics; those are great. But yeah, no, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I think jumping into He-Man. It's already like really entertaining, and I would love to watch a He-Man movie, like a real one. I'm looking really forward to that as well.
Yeah, this new one should hopefully it's good. But yeah, man, it's
Right.
kind of strange like how He-Man comes, like how He-Man and Conan is, because it's just like there's already been like a few iterations of these like shows or movies or like even in the comics of it. It's just like, bro, like because the thing is how I got introduced to He-Man and Conan was through my family, because they're like big fans of that stuff. So like they
Sure.
just showed me the old TV shows and old movies and stuff. And so yeah, like, I was already hooked from then.
Nice. By the power of Grayskull.
It's gone, for real.
It's fun, man. I'm enjoying it for sure. I really want to watch the Kevin Smith one. I don't know how you feel about that, but because I'd love to see like an
But when I saw
I thought
overarching.
it was cool. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Have you seen the newest part, the 2024 edition? Because there's like 15 episodes in all of it. Like there's Revelation Part 1 and 2, and then there's Revolution, which just came out in 2024. So yeah,
Okay.
Kevin Smith's still doing it too. All the same people. Yeah,
okay.
I want to jump in and learn all about it. But I think that's about all we got, right, guys?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's all that.
That's
Yeah,
the show.
for tonight, man. Yeah.
Well, anybody going to be streaming anything fun tonight?
I won't be streaming, but
probably not. But yeah,
I don't know. Maybe some Rivals later. I haven't been playing too much of anything different.
yeah, same. I'm not really playing Marvels in a bit.
Right.
Either, so.
I'm waiting for Resident Evil 9, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I'm playing some Rivals. I'm also going to get some Turtles in. I got this new Turtles game that I'm really enjoying.
Yeah, Splintered Fate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just got
cool.
Casey Jones unlocked in the game, so
nice.
I think it's on sale in the store pretty good. It's not very pricey of a game, so it's 4 players. So if anybody wants to get Turtles and jump on,
every time I hear Casey Jones, I just think of Grateful Dead, though.
No,
trouble behind.
Well, it's just kind of fun beating the Foot Clan with a hockey stick, man. I was enjoying it. I was having fun. There's these cool like elemental powers, but yeah, it was good. But yeah, I'll be on Rivals. I had a crazy game yesterday as Elsa that I was like, that character is broken and I love it, man. It's insane.
Oh, Elsa?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Elsa's cool.
Yeah.
She is very powerful. That's for sure. If you can get your shots off right, oh my god.
I had an 18-0 game yesterday.
Nice. Yeah, I saw you post that.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, guys, we'll catch you next week.
Same bad
channel.
Yep.
That's Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully see you there.
Yep, see you guys.
That's a Game Boy